All right.
But someone who does own a Rolls-Royce, Marsh, is a Terry, and he's on the line too, Terry-Moxley.
Ah, Terry, good morning.
Hello there.
How long have you owned a Rolls, Terry?
About 5 or 6 years.
Okay. And was it your ambition to own a Rolls-Royce?
Yes, right from a child. I always loved Rolls-Royces.
God, I can understand it. Tell us about the car you have then. What sort of Rolls is it?
It's a Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit, 1984. Didn't pay lots and lots of money for it, but they do cost a lot of money to run.
Yes.
But I do sort of weddings with it, etc., which helps keep the old girl running each year.
Ah, that's a good idea. Yeah. And it's silver, is it?
No, it's called a Silver Spirit. The car's actually in a two-tone blue colour with blue leather by Connolly Hides. Very nice car.
Classy. How many miles to the gallon do you reckon you get?
Oh, there you're getting to something. 13 to the gallon.
13 to the gallon?
Yes.
Oh, blimey.
I live 6 miles from the nearest garage, so if I have to think about topping the tank up, if I want to go to the garage, it costs me a gallon of juice to get there and back.
That is just crazy, isn't it? And you get admiring glances as you drive round. Which part of Kent are you in, Terry?
Little village called Molash, between Chilham and Challow.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I guess people know you because of the car you drive.
Possibly. I just like the car anyway, and it's been a hobby of mine for some years.
What's it like to park?
Well, no different than any other car. It's a little bit longer than a normal car, but I mean, if you had a large Mercedes, I suppose it would be the same as parking that, really.
So how reliable is it? Because I kind of think, 84 is a long old time ago. Are things going? Is it expensive to repair when they do?
They can be expensive. I can do a lot of my repairs myself and servicing, but they can be expensive if you go to the wrong places. But they are a very basic type engine. They've not got millions and millions of electronics to keep them running on. And I'm talking about the early Rolls. I'm not talking about the late ones. But then obviously today, if you buy a Phantom costing you 275,000 quid, I don't think you worry about repair bills.
How much would yours have cost originally back in 84?
Originally mine would have cost about 50,000, I would have thought, back in 1984. They ended up, before they stopped making my model, they were about 120,000, something like that. But and now they're astronomical prices. But I suppose it's all in taking with house prices and everything that goes with it.
No, you're right. That's your mobile going off there, isn't it, Terry? It's probably another booking.
No, don't worry about it. Well, a Rolls-Royce, I can afford to put it away.
Well, is that the thing that people make the assumption that because you drive a Rolls, you must be a fairly moneyed man?
I think they do, but that's not quite the case, because you can go and buy an old Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit for less than £10,000 today. Yeah,
but it can't be in very good nick at less than 10 grand, can it?
No, if you end up, I think that the model that I've got, somewhere between about 10 and 20,000 pound, you'll get a nice one. A rough one you can go and pick up for about 5 or 6 grand. And like the one you mentioned earlier on, if they get too rough, then people dump the damn thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, what are I know Minis. We had a couple of Minis, and they do tend to rust on the wings. What are the problems with Rollses?
A lot of the parts on the Rolls are actually aluminium, but they've got metal wings on them, and they do suffer around the wheel arches at the bottom of the front wheel arches, and the fronts of the back wheel arches. But the rest of the car, lots of it is aluminium. So apart from a small bit of festering you might get from aluminium, you don't suffer the rust so much, but they do suffer on the wings, and obviously you've got to keep your eye on the chassis.
Why? Because they're likely to go?
Well, yeah. I mean, the model that I've got were built before they started galvanising everything, and obviously you've just got to be careful that MOT stations find the rot for you, and you have to sort of replace items. But they're no different than any other car on the road. They rot like any other car, and they go wrong. But with a Rolls-Royce, they never break down. They just fail to proceed.
Terry, if people are listening and would like to know more about your wedding service, how would they get in touch with you?
www.rollschauffeurhire.com, and also if they're interested in Rolls-Royces and not interested in hiring mine, I have a links page on there that has got hundreds of links on there that would keep people happy for hours, looking all about different Rolls-Royces and photographs and information. Yeah, I've got a links page.
There's a photo of yours there, obviously.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of photos of mine there. Yeah,
brilliant. All right, we'll check it out. May your undercarriage never suffer from festering. Terry-Moxley, thanks for being with us at Radio Kent.
Okay, anytime.
Keep the calls coming on 08459 811111.